from Garret's Guitar Lessons here, and today we're talking about visualizing chord tones within our G, C, and D shapes. Now the point to this is that although our roots may change and the notes themselves may change, how the notes react to the root note do not change. So when I play a certain shape, for example a G shape, whether I'm playing A or whether I'm playing C, the 1, 3s, and 5s are all going to be the same. Anyways, here we go. I'm going to start out with my G shape from the 5th fret on the A. So here is my 1, 3, 5, 1, 3, 1. Now what's cool about that is that when I go to do a minor chord, all I have to do is flat the 3. So where do I see the 3s? 1, well with the 3's right here, then that one has to move back 1. Here's my 5, my 1. Now my 3, relative to where my major 3 was, just goes back a fret. Now on my arpeggios, I also find that same C, or that same note, on the same fret as my root note on the 3rd string. So we kind of have two options for that right there. And then here would be my, well there's my 3 and then here's my 1 again. And now for a diminished chord, I have to flat the 5. So here's 1, flat 3, flat 5. Here's my 1, and then on my two options for my C again, or for my 3, my flat 3, and then my root note again. And now for an augmented triad, we have 1, 3, instead of a normal 5, we need to sharp the 5. So then here would be 1, and here would be my major 3 again, and then there's my 1 right there. Now for arpeggios, all we have to do is just keep our 1, 3, 5s in order. So the G shape is actually really great for that, because we have 1, 3, 5, 1, 3, and then we have 1 at the bottom. So that means all we have to do is just add 1, 5 right here. And we're going to start seeing that within the minor too. 1, flat 3, 5, 1, flat 3, I'm going to find that on the 3rd string there. Again, to visualize it, especially the flatting part of the 3rd, we can go back that 1 fret. There's 1, or there's our flat 3, then we have our 5, and then our 1 right here. For the augmented, 1, 3, sharp 5, 1, 3, sharp 5, and then our 1 again. Now for our C shape, I'm using the same fret as our root note. It's going to be D, 5th fret on the 5th string. Alright, now for our C shape, it's very similar to our G. 1, 3, 5, 1, 3. Doesn't have another 1 because I don't have a 7th string down here. But 1, 3, 5, 1, 3. And now for our minor, what we have to do is we have to take the 3s and we have to move them back 1. So 1, flat 3, 5, 1, flat 3. Now for our diminished, 1, flat 3, here's my 5. For my, I have to flat that 5, so that's going to go back 1 fret. Same 1. And then same flat 3, and then for our augmented, 1, 3, sharp 5, 1, 3. For our arpeggios, the C shape is basically already within our kind of 1, 3, 5 rule for the arpeggios. So all we have to do is we can just add 1 more 5 at the end. 1, 3, 5, 1, 3, 5. Now for each of the other arpeggios, minor, diminished, and augmented, they're going to be exactly the same. The only thing we have to watch out for is just that 5 right there. So here's my minor. 1, flat 3, 5. 1, flat 3, 5. For the diminished, 1, flat 3, flat 5. 1, flat 3, flat 5. Then for our augmented, 1, 3, sharp 5. Here's my original 5. Now it has to move up 1. 1, 3, sharp 5. So this is one of the cool parts of thinking of our chords this way as chord tones and not as individual notes, is that we can actually see when we make a minor that we physically have to move back our 3 back 1 fret to make it a flat 3. And we see it in all the different positions of the chord. So that's why on a minor shape, you don't necessarily have to play the entire C minor shape. In fact, most of these chord shapes are not exactly playable. It's more of an idea of you seeing when we have to flat something, we have to physically move that note back 1 fret, or when we have to raise something, we have to move that up 1 fret. Next we have our D shape, and we're going from the 5th fret again. It's going to be a G D shape, all right? And this one's actually pretty similar to what my E and A shapes were, which if you have any questions about those, be sure to check out the link in the description below. 1, 5, 1, 3. So now when I go to my minor, I only have 1 note to fix. 1, 5, 1, flat 3. Now for my diminished, 1, flat 5, 1, flat 3. And for my augmented, 1, sharp 5, 1, 3. Now for the arpeggios, what we end up having is we end up having to add something between my 1 and my 5 right here. So now where's my 3 at? 1, 3. I'm going to be moving up 1, 2, 3, 4 frets, and adding that third in there. 1, 3, 5, 1, 3, and you can also add a 5 on top there. 1, 3, 5, 1, 3, 5. Now for my minor, I have to take this third, both places that I see it, and move it back 1 fret. 1, flat 3, 5, 1, flat 3, 5. For my diminished, we not only have to move that third back, we also have to move the fifth back. 1, flat 3, flat 5. 1, flat 3, flat 5. And for my augmented, we're going to have to take those 2 5s that we see within that arpeggio and raise them 1 fret. 1, 3, sharp 5. 1, 3, sharp 5. So I find this to be a really helpful way to start thinking about our chord shapes. Not only what the notes are in particular, but how they all react to the root. Thanks so much for watching. If you have any questions or comments, be sure to leave them in the comment section below. Check out GarrettsGuitarLessons.com for more free lessons and resources and a whole bunch of other theory videos. Be sure to like, subscribe, and share, and I'll see you guys next time.